易度どうしよっかな。戦闘、ハード。これどうしよう。怪物の体力ってこれ、戦闘する。Facebook の中の証拠にヒントアイコンが表示されます。次にどんな行動を取るかはあなた次第です。全くか。記憶の宮殿。Facebook の更新すべての重要証拠が揃ったという通知もありません。これ絶対しんどいな。探偵でやってみるか。普通かハードどっちにしよう。すべての重要証拠が揃ったっていうのはマジででかいよな。この前のシャーロック・ホームズシリーズでやったけど、これでやってみるか。とりあえず熟練でもやってみたいけど、ハードどうかな。しんどかったらあれやな、変えりゃいいんか。これニューゲームしたらさ、難易度どうなんやろ。変更できんのかな。できんかったらきつい。冷ややかな歓迎。チャールズ・リードさんへ。あなたのご要望通りマサチューセッツ州のオークメント市にある集団ヒステリー、そして幻覚の発症に関して調査しました。どうやらあなたの仮説は正しかったようです。確かにそのような状況がこちらでは頻繁に起きています。街が浸水し、未知の何か偉大なものが存在しているという幻覚に男女問わず取り憑かれています。まるで国中から人々がオークウッドに引き寄せられているかのようです。幸運にもあなたが持つ病の原因を発見しました。次にあなたの助けになりそうな人物も見つけました。準備をしてできる限り早くオークメントにお越しください。こちらに来てあげましょう。案内しましょう。さあ、冒険を始めようか。訳すっていうね。口元を押さえる。禁断症状おじさん。これどうなってんの。シンキングやから海の底に海の中底にっていうんかな、沈んでいる海底都市みたいな感じなのかな。船カロン。カメラの感度低いな。カメラの感 低い。
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
折りたたみカメラ。J. バンダーバーグからチャールズ・リーズのあなたはどういうことですか？さっきのですか？集団ヒステリー、そして厳格な発症。間違いしなくて新日のなんか偉大なものが存在している厳格。男女とはストーリー。そうか、街の、じゃあ水の底っていうかな、水の下、海の中っていうかな、に、あれか、街があるとか、まあ、このゲームってなんか、なんやろ、クトゥルフがテーマなんかな。まあ、その海の下の都市に、なんか変な生物っていうかな、人間じゃない未知の何か偉大なものってここに書いてるけど、そういうものが、生物が結構現れるんで、それを、なんていうかな、この主人公が調査しに行くかな。まあ、その都市に向かうってことは、そこで、なんていうかな、集団ヒステリーの幻覚発症してる人たちが言ってるようなやつらに会うのよ。で、結果クリアして、それが幻覚なんか、ほんまに存在するんかっていうところやろう。テーマ的には。幸運にも、あなたが持つ病の原因を発見しました。持つ病？この病が集団ヒステリーのあれなんかな。どうなの？
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
観光者向けの広告は。丸押し続けんと、何のかわからん。いちいち。オープンワールドゲームもしかして。証拠をピン止めする地図上の場所。記憶の宮殿。もうL2 で照準やから10かな。走る発砲。アイテムを使う近接攻撃。アイテム。走る。R2 なんや。画面上にピン止め。長押しプラス R で証拠を切り替える。心の目。遊び方。移動懐中電灯。武器のリロード。登る。しゃがむ。物を取るか。しゃがむペケってなんか嫌やな。これ。入れ替えられへんのかな。俺、しゃがむって元来 R3 長押しがいいねんけどな。でも、ゲームによっちゃ丸がしゃがむになったりするやんか。ペケがしゃがむって初めてやん。嫌やねん。登る。 押して登ると、これを登る。ここに登るか。
Now get out!
ここに来て初めての人物に喋りかけたら、な、ゲラーやね。
Now get out!
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on
こ
his
れ以上の
hands.
課題を抱えて
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
我慢弱いか。グラハメ
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you.
続く
There's a room in your name at the
悪
Devil's
魔の
Reef
岩
Hotel.
礁
Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
Yeah, you're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of
哲
thought
学同行
like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine, Mr.
なん
Reed.
で
Oh, before you go,
実験体
how
に
can
な
I
る
get in touch with you later?
Don't worry
こい
about
つの
that.
行動次第に
I'm the kind of man who
感
finds
謝する
you.
のは私の行動地図を押してきるリードハイツアドベントオールドグローカバーサイドシェルツどこに大久保んとここかカバーサイドのところに行けんか精神科病院 大学。
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
わあ、落ちた。なんか赤くなってる。なんで赤くなってる。これさ、上がられへん。この上上がられへん。オープンワールドゲーか。一生終わらんぜ。
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed. The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
落ちたものってこの主人公みたいに上のなんていうかな、地上から海にダイブした人たちのことかな。それが下から来るって言ってるけど、どういうことだろう。この人やること多そう。さっきの人物はどっか行ったんか。ケースブックにはメインクエストの事件が入っていて、全体的な物語の進行状況を反映しています。一度に複数のサイドクエストを引き受けることができます。事件には証拠という形で調査の情報が入っています。一部の証拠にはアイコンがついていて、どのアクションを行うかのヒントが記されています。会話アイテムを使う、写真を撮る、地上室で検索する、場所を探す。シージ。潜水。何？主人公なんかスーツみたいなの着てるな。南京錠。記憶の救援。過去史。計画を立てる。とりあえずいろんなところ観測してみるか。大雲のとこ。ここなんやろ。ああ、ボートか。使ってくれって言ったやつ。
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care?
探したら
What's your angle, outsider?
あれか、
Well, like
な
I
ん
said,
か
I'm a PI.
力になって
Finding
くれるの
people
かな。
is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burnt Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
怪物と戦うから結構いろんな種類の生物がこの舞台にはいるんやろうな。
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Let's talk about your dreams.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to...
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
このなんていうかな、エンジンのさ発音めっちゃ聞き取りにくいな、聞き取りやすいな。救命艇ってこれがいいな。 タコ。お、びっくりした。
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Find gun.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head.
Oh my
What?
head.
Who are you?
Oh
Are you
my
police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son.
え
He was unconscious.
バリーが担いでた
Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
全然わけわからん
That sounds familiar.
頭おかしくなった
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood.
スマス人か
I worked on the
巨人やっけ
railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
ルイスとスログモートンの息子がいな
Do
か
you
った
know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry,
知らねえよ
I didn't know. I'll leave you.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me?
これ事件
Did I kill
か
Paul? Or
推理せなあかんのか
did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
「これ右にはどうやって行くんやんロバート・スログモートン探し難しいぞ絶対
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
下にどっか行ったな。下を超飛んで。
5 cards short of a full house.
フルハウスには5枚足りない。
5 cards short of a full house. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
これヒントになるの？
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
インスマス人？
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
インスマス人なんか思ったより巨人じゃなくない？心の目。時空が歪み音が鳴り響いたら心の目。全体像を見続ける。これか。どうやって開けんの？こういうことか。
Glennar, Nehri, Glennar, Gebhal, Nugulina.
わけわからん言語喋り出した。いや、全くわからへんねんけど。何語やねん。日本語で OK。浮いてるし。
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
なんだこれ。
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Eh?何これ。なんか攻撃受けた。
Glennar, Nehri, Glennar, Gebhal, Nugulina.
いや、なんやねんこれ。おお、なんだこれ。いや、あれなんだ。
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Choo choo. Ahem. Choo choo. Ahem.
Choo choo. Choo choo って何？
head, I still hear those voices. My head, I still hear those voices.
下に行けたもんな。下来たんじゃんかね。これは何？この人は何？よくわかんねえな。
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer, and keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Haftin.
Choo choo. Ahem.
浮かんでくる人物なんなんやろな。こいつ。ゼロになったら死ぬんかな。現状見てみたいな。
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Item ありますよってこと 3？ なんか印のさ、線の数が増えてる気がすんねんな。
Let's see what you find,
It
newcomer.
would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
過去紙
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing.
幻影が現れる
Let alone tossing it over like this.
My head. I still hear those voices.
俺かなんだこれ
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
暗いサルボロめ逃げろ
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run! Yeah, run!
そうだ逃げろ
What's happening?
こうかな
Take this, ape face.
失敗してるし
Take this, ape face.
What?
Yeah, run!
間違えてるよ
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
出たアルバートと両親のルイスという男は家が起きた騒ぎの後、そのまま襲った。俺の長男とできる。危険人物アルバート・スログモートン。 グモートンと言いますじゃん。ルイスや彼の身内はイースワス人でスログモートン一族に苦しめたら憎んでいるのかもしれない。アルバートが広めたヒステリー。近くにいた全部その危険人物アルバート・スログモートン、ルイス・フディンと仲間の両者たちに今日言われた。アルバートとルイスが去った。めちゃくちゃ眠い。壁の穴から逃げた。
My head! I still hear those voices.
壁の穴ってこうか。
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
すべての証拠が揃った。
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
どこに逃げたの？すべての称号は揃ったのかね。できすぎ。頭何も働かない。
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one
Can't catch
leaves
a mackerel
Oakmont
since those
nowadays.
Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
あ、遺言。誰かこれを見つけてくれますよ。私はアルバート・スログモート。これは私の遺言だ。遺言か。英国種を多く持ったの下にある深海には行かないでくれ。あそこには決してやるべきではなかった。あの洞窟に残しておくべきだった。 物かなんか持ってきたのか。教授、自分がどうなってしまうのか怖い。あれが頭の中で歌っている。目を閉じるたびに踊っているのが見える。周期はずっと続く。ずっと最後にあれがやってくる。何か深海で触ったら見えるようになったって感じだった。乗られへんのか。ここ行かれへんのか。いかにもって感じする。食われてんのか。読み込み遅いな。どっからやろう。伝承。
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer.
I've said everything I know.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
証拠は全て揃ったみたいな。細かいな。じゃあ結論付けるあれがあるってこと。地図上の場所。 123ってなんだ。何この経験値。生命力。なんかビルド要素あるんだって。この数値なんなん ?123 って。気持ち悪い。
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
なんでここ長押しせなあかんのやろ、アイテム取る。
There's something in the pocket.
気がついたかもき、ルイス頼む、あと1週間待ってくれ。お前に借りがあることはちゃんと分かっている。でも、俺もみんなと同じで苦しいんだ。今はサツが港をうろついているから十分な在庫が手に入らねえ。店が回らねえんだ。金持ちといい取引ができそうだ。ピーター。新しいやつが出てきたな。坊ちゃん殺したら金になりますよってことかな。
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got.
アルバートっしょ？ルイス。ルイスがいないもんな。ルイスがアルバート撃ったよね、確か。その場を去った。アルバートを追ったルイス。酒場主のルイスへの借り。
far.
なんだこれ。お、これ証拠や。火薬があったな。下の階もう関係ないか。下の階か。行くか。続いてる。壊れてんのか壊れないか。よし、壊した。なんだ？どこ？どこか。よっしゃ。中5経験値ゲット。あれ、銃はどこ行った俺。銃持ってきたよな。ピストルを作るってこと？どういうことこれ。あ、弾か。レンガこれ。これなんなん？あ、撮影か。おっ！びっくりした。君はあのベッドの上のやつ
One
か。
fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
すべての証拠はそれ。
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
あ、これあれじゃん。エンジンっぽいから。依頼のあれじゃない。息子じゃない。アルバートか。これね。これなんなんこれ。いきなり出てくるの。びっくりすんねんけど。 123なんなんやろこれ。港の酒場に書かれてるかもしれない。この事件解決して終わりたいな。酒場どこやねん。オークモントの港の酒場。大酒場。2って書いてる。この左は体力全然ない。おい、なんで上がられへんの。体力どうやったかや。セーブしとこう。早っ。セーブ早っ。
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
ビリーは見たことないかもしれない。ビリーみたいな。千葉。竜骨の下の。汚ねえ酒場やな。
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll...
All right, how much?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't...
Let's hear what my future...
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that, and tall pillars circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself.
I think
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught it.
Why do I feel like I...
未熟的な運。
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you...
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure, right? Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave.
Bye.
What's your problem?
What the? Get the... Oh.
この部屋ってことか。ほら、ボナワにかかれ。出てこいや。
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld. The Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer...
Please, Mr.
Don't try my patience.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
ルイスは大久保のところの魚に隠れているかもしれない。精神的な影響を受けたためやろう。これが全ての元凶やし。やったことはやったことやけどな。 状況証拠で、精神的影響を受けているか受けてないかの判断をせなあかんのか。ほんまに受けてたんか受けてないんかやな。ロバート・スログモートンは息子のアルバートを見つけ出したいという。巨人差別されてるからかわいそうやけど。例えばロバート・スログモートンが悪いんよな。息子のアルバートを遠征調査行かせてさ、それでなんかおかしくなったんやろ。ビル・ハモント。ロバート・スログモートンを知らせるために出ていったバリー。バリーか。ちょっと待てよ。こいつの家には一人死体があったよな。その死体は誰がやったんや。アルバートなんかフリンかどっちやろ。フリンが悪いんやったらあれやけど。ウィル。ポールが死んでいたな。ポールは誰にやられた？家の中の乱闘。これはルイス・フェリンやな。フリンか。金持ちといい取引ができそうだ。ピーター。 ちょっと待ってよ。金をさ、酒場の店主にふっかけるだけの余裕がある、力があるんよな、ルイスは。しかもピーターに金を、なんていうのかな、貸してる側になるよな、これやったら。どういうことや、これ。家族が飢えちまうとかやってたけど。こう見ると精神的におかしいっていうのは嘘じゃね？属性だな。2番街、1番街ってことかな。わかんねえ。
You want a drink? You want a drink?
You want a drink?
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
こいつは受けてないんちゃうんかな。ピーって何？これかな。
The port is closed by order of Robert Throg.
これで俺魚人があれかな。敵になるのか。結構はっきりしてると思うねんけど、嘘ついてるし、どうやわかんねえよ、場所が。 なんだよ。ただの労働会。
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
My head! I still hear those voices.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. Choo-choo. Ahem. Five cards short of a full house.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nukulina.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Oh, 何これ?
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Hatena って何？終わってないってことかな？すべて証拠揃ったってなったよ。あいつ犯人って俺伝えて一緒。
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah. I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
And just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family, and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
なるほどね。調査本部。
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
酒場にこう、あいつどうなんだよ。レソついてあいつ助けるのかな。あいが助けるのか
You want a drink?
The door won't budge.
はは。入れねえ。この先か。邸宅どこやねん。ここか。ここに行けって言ったら。これ見たらセーブして終わるかな。あれかな、新しいシャーロック・ホームズゲーム、これがあれかな、基準になるのかな、このゲーム。オープンワールドゲームゲーにしてさ、なんていうかな、次のシャーロック・ホームズシリーズの実験台的な感じのゲームなのかな、これ。この石調べたら終わるかな。日記その1、何が USS サイクロプスを沈没させたのかわからない。覚えているのは叫び声、金属がぶつかろうと甲板にあふれる水、それに包む今までで一番広かった。俺は揺らめく海藻の中へ覆われていた。近くやったぐらいかな。これは言わないでいた。その後誰かが発見してくれた。腹をすかせて半分くるっていた俺は古代の遺跡やそこの住民についてわけのわからないことを喋っていたらしい。警察は俺が見たと思っているのもそれで現実じゃないと言った。だが俺の記憶だし、あの試練を乗り越えた後に得た妙な力がその何か恐ろしいものだった。
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Cyclops. Captured.
Never again, they say.
いきなり飛んだ。王のローブ。ペスト石。カルト信者キモ。ピシバンカ。インスマスカンの移民体操襲撃。かわいそうな。黒人みたいなもんやな。なるほど。ジェー・ベンダーバーグ。
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
体力ないねんけど。寝てんから回復しとけや。よし。リボルバーとピストルがある。化け物退治どうなんこれ。後に後々にやっぱ強い敵が出てくるんやろうけど。ここまでしときますか。